Today I want to focus on informing you all about the pit bull breed and how easily misunderstood that breed is. I have a 10-month-old pit bull. His name is Saint and he's my best friend. And he's the sweetest dog I've ever known. I got him at 6 weeks old, so he was a little tiny nugget. And I wanted to bring him in, but literally he would have had to go up and hug every single one of you before calming down. So I've always known I wanted a pit bull. I love their huge heads and their big smiles. But I also knew I wanted a pit bull because I know how much hate they receive from people and I wanted to prove them wrong. So the 3 main issues of misunderstanding I'm going to talk about are 3 reasons people think that pit bulls are so bad and dangerous. One reason is that people think that pit bulls are naturally aggressive and violent. 2, people think that pit bulls are born to be fighting dogs. And 3, people believe that pit bulls will inevitably attack their owner or another dog at some point. I'm here to tell you from first-hand experience that those are all completely wrong. Like I was saying, Saint is my best friend, and from the 10 months of being his mom, I can say that he has made me a better person. He's the sweetest cuddle bug who would never hurt a fly, and that's why I want to inform you guys about how amazing pit bulls can actually be. So the first myth I want to debunk is that pit bulls are all naturally aggressive and violent. According to Christina Polepko at One Green Planet, the American Temperament Test Society states that American Pit Bull Terriers, the most popular breed used in dogfights, have a very high temperament passing rate of 82.6%. Even dogs thought to be gentle and kind, like collies and chihuahuas, have scored lower than the American Pit. A lot of the reason people believe that pit bulls are aggressive and violent is because of the mean look that they have, and the stigma associated with pit bulls leads people to believe that all pit bulls are mean and dangerous and judge them before they actually get to know the dog personally. Another study by Simon Warhol about deaths caused by pit bulls states, a study on fatalities between 2000 and 2009 in the Journal of American Veterinary Medical Association found that in over 80% of those cases, there were 4 more significant factors related to the care and control of the dog. These dogs were dogs that had not been socialized, were large and sexually intact still, and had no relationship to the person who's killed. In other words, a perfect storm of factor upon factor. I believe it's all about how you raise a dog to be, and yes, genetics and natural instinct definitely have a play in a role, but it's not the determinant of how that dog will behave. The second myth that I wanted to discuss is that pit bulls are born to be fighting dogs. When I take Saint for a walk outside, I can get people with their children crossing the street to avoid him, and people with other dogs will do anything to get out of the way from him, which makes me sad because I know how much of a lovable dog he is. And all he wants to do is come up to them and say hi and play with them. According to Villalobos, which is a pit bull rescue center, another very important characteristic of pit bulls is their amazing love for people. These dogs are indeed remarkably affectionate and crave human attention. They are wonderful cuddlers and nothing beats a belly rub. In fact, most pit bulls think they're lap dogs, which Saint, 80 pounds of pure muscle hopping into your lap for a head scratch, yeah, they think they're lap dogs. Another reason people believe that pit bulls are fighting dogs is because the media portrays them that way. Since they're already considered aggressive and dangerous dogs, the media will amplify any story of a bad pit bull. According to Dory Einhorn, the general public's opinion is largely formulated on the media's incorrect portrayal of pit bulls. If an article or story negatively depicts pit bulls, it's easy for a person who has no experience or background with pit bulls to buy into the stereotype. Often the media doesn't present all the facts in a pit bull incident. If you're not knowledgeable about the breed, then it's not a fair testament that all pit bulls are fighting dogs. Lastly, I want to talk about the idea that a pit bull will inevitably attack their owner or another dog at some point. And I know that Saint can get a little sassy with me and speak back to me at sometimes, but I also know that he would never intentionally harm me. And he's also very protective of his brother, Jax, which is my sister's dog. And he's a Great Pyrenees, so this dog is huge. And if I see Jax getting a little too rough with Saint, then I'll yell at Jax to stop. And Saint then gets mad at me for yelling at Jax. So, according to Pit Bull Awareness Coalition, usually if a dog or any breed attacks a human, they do so out of fear or a lack of respect. As for being attacked by a pit bull, sadly dog fighters often beat their dogs to toughen them up. With a pit bull, no matter how badly they are beaten, they will nuzzle up to their abuser, offering total forgiveness. Saint has gotten in trouble many times before when he was a puppy. He's trained now and knows how to act with dogs and other people, and still loves me unconditionally no matter how many silent treatments he got in the past. People believe that pit bulls are dangerous around other dogs as well. According to Christina Polepko, pit bulls are not inherently dangerous. Like any other dog, they can become violent and aggressive through lack of training, abuse, neglect, and irresponsible ownership and breeding, as well as lack of attention to health and temperament issues. If you train a dog right and give them all the basic needs and the love that you can, then they are going to be a good dog, no matter how big they are, the breed they are, or how they're perceived to be by people. After all, a dog is a man or a woman's best friend. In conclusion, I hope that I've been able to inform you guys on how pit bulls can truly be a very loving, trusting, and loyal dog. People need to be more educated about the breed before they judge. The myths that all pit bulls are naturally aggressive and violent, that they are born to be fighting dogs, and that all pit bulls are untrustworthy and unpredictable are just that, they're myths. In the end, if you train any dog well enough, then they can be a really great dog. Thank you.